Injuries have always been a part of the NBA life as a player, sparing no one. Over the years, we have seen some devastating injuries, setting back and ending the careers of promising talents, bringing sorrow news to everyone who is a fan of the game. Such injuries are a part of the Denver Nuggets team this season, with both Jamal Murray, left knee, and Michael Porter Jr., lumbar spine, still recovering. However, the team still did not rule them out for the season and are hopeful they can return for the playoffs. In today's video, we will talk about how good the Denver Nuggets can be with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. back. The Denver Nuggets are a talented team on the rise with a balance of youth and experience. They could turn a lot of heads in the postseason. With the potential comeback of their stars, Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., they could be unstoppable. But before all that, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. If you have any insight as to why the Denver Nuggets could hit new heights, hit the comment section, as I would love to hear your opinion. Let's keep rolling. A few nights ago, Nikola Jokic put up yet another dominant stat line, posting 46 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists, and got the big win against the New Orleans Pelicans in overtime. He only had 16 points entering the fourth quarter and then exploded with another 30 in the fourth and in overtime, striding towards his back-to-back MVP title as he is now a clear favorite over Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Nuggets stand firm at the 6th spot in the Western Conference at the time of this video, all this without having their second and third best players in Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. However, last week the Denver Nuggets announced that Michael Porter Jr. would be heading to the G League in order to practice. Although the original intent did not fall through, the announcement was a great sign of hope that the forward is moving closer to returning to action since having back surgery on December 1st. The last couple of months, we have seen numerous videos of his rehab and individual training, getting his shots up before games, so his stroke is still there. He just needs to get back in shape physically. It's been nearly 11 months since Murray tore his left ACL, and there remains the possibility that he doesn't return at all this season. Whether that happens or not depends on how confident he feels as his workouts increase. There is also the conditioning part with him, as he has not stepped on the court since last April. The official timetable for Murray's comeback has yet to be announced, as Coach Mike Malone has said it is up to him to decide when he wants to return. Murray has done one-on-one work prior to games with Nuggets assistant coaches as his movement has steadily improved. The next steps for both include 2-on-2 work and 3-on-3 work. There is no timeline. Jamal Murray will come back when he's ready, and when that is yet to be determined, said Michael Malone on Jamal Murray's potential return from his ACL injury. The impact of a Porter return to the Nuggets, who have risen to 6th in the Western Conference without the forward and guard Jamal Murray, could be significant with Nikola Jokic chasing back-to-back MVP awards. Porter signed a 5-year, $172.5 million contract extension in the offseason. This was his third back procedure since November 2017 in his freshman year at Missouri. Porter, who is still very young at 23, averaged 19 points on 54% shooting, including 44.5% shooting from three-point range. He was one of 5 players in the NBA to average 15 points on 50% shooting from the field and 40% from three for the 2020-21 season, according to ESPN Stats and Information Research. This season, struggling with the back injury, he had averaged only 9.9 points before playing his final game of the season on November 6th. But how do these two go along with the state in which the team is now? Could they achieve a home court advantage in the playoffs? Will Murray and Porter Jr. fit in with some bench players that stood out in their absence? These are all the questions that Coach Malone is probably thinking right now. The Nuggets are 2.5 games behind the Utah Jazz for the number 4 seed at the moment. They're with the Dallas Mavericks for the number 5 spot. With 21 games left, home court advantage in the first round is very much in play. Whether they climb 2 spots in the standings or not, the Nuggets are already a team no one wants to face in the postseason. Joker creates havoc in his own right, but give him a star duo of Murray and Porter who can make it rain from virtually any spot on the court, and the league is most definitely in trouble. Porter Jr.'s play is very simple. Give him the ball and get out the way. Whether he is shooting bombs from the mid-range and the three-point line or driving to the lane and finishing at the rim, he will rise to the task. If the Nuggets play him off the bench and make him earn his minutes, he will be motivated to the fullest. There are not many players that can challenge him physically and slow him down on the perimeter. Jeff Green could still be the starting power forward even though few people underestimate him. At age 35, he is still banging with the younger players down low and can stretch the floor if he wants to. He started most of the games this season and played mostly at center before the late reemergence of DeMarcus Cousins to lighten the load of Nikola Jokic. This is Coach Malone's biggest challenge, rotating the front court. Will he put Porter at the 3 to include both Jeff Green and JaMychal Green at the 4, or will he play Porter at the 4 and exclude JaMychal Green from the rotation remains to be seen, but he has got some important decisions to make. Now, the addition of Murray will be a sight for sore eyes. Even though Monty Morris has been playing great lately, he cannot replace the package that Jamal Murray brings to the table. It is really simple. The Denver Nuggets need Jamal Murray healthy if they want to win the championship this year. The last couple of years, he has proven to be lethal, catching fire from deep and exploding in high-scoring games. Even though he has not played for almost a whole year, we cannot forget what he is capable of. Last season, he averaged 21.2 points per game and 4.8 assists per game before the ACL injury on April 12th. His playoff appearances have been even better, with career averages of 24.3 points per game and 5.8 assists per game in just 33 total games. For a young player, these are great stats, and he was efficient also, registering 47, 41, 90 percentages in the 2019-2020 offseason. Both players are sure itching for a return, and if they stay healthy, the team could really use them well. The coach is not rushing them, as the team is playing well with their record of 8-2 in the last 10 games. With pressure being off the table and a deep bench providing support for Nikola Jokic, they should not be in a rush. Aaron Gordon and Will Barton are solid contributors, with Gordon and Jokic being an underestimated duo in the league and Barton improving his outside shooting. They are on pace to finish the season strong. If the team is complete, this puts them top 5 in the league, with only the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors being able to overcome such a force. The Warriors are second in the Western Conference, and Draymond Green is still not back. The Suns swept the Nuggets last year in the second round, and they only got better this year with Chris Paul and Devin Booker leading the pack. Both teams have a stacked roster, but if all goes well for the Nuggets, I see them challenging the other two for the Western Conference Championship. Even though these are pretty big ifs, we can't help but wonder how all of this will play out, and sky is the limit if everyone is healthy. What do you guys think? Will both Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. return in time for the playoffs, and can they stay healthy? How will they fit in with the current teammates? Will they be able to make it on top and potentially win the championship? I would love to hear back from you, so please don't be shy and let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more NBA stories from around the league.